Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my Dorney Park recreation. In the last episode, we worked on Demon Drop and Thunder Creek Mountain and built some shops and stalls over here, making our way towards the back of the park where we got some nice big coasters to build. Today, I want to spend some more time in this area. I'm really excited to get some more of these big rides over here built, so we're getting close to getting these areas kind of glued together finally. So I'm just going to continue building from where we left off last time. I believe there is a theater here in this green space, and then from there we've got some more midways and the Zephyr train station, and that will take us towards where Scrambler is, Monster is, and then the rest of the tracked rides over here. I did mention last time that the placement of the rides over here is a little bit further away because we're trying to scoot things towards the entrance to make things a little bit more compact. And currently my placeholder build for Steel Force is way far away. So I want to try to keep that in mind as we build some of these things, that they should be a little bit closer to the rest of the park. And I think we got room for it. Things are going to move from where you see on the left side of the screen over towards the right a little bit more. Hopefully make things a little bit more compact, which should result in a layout that is a little bit more realistic and might help with peeps finding things where they need to be, and hopefully will help with things looking a little bit nicer as well. I guess we'll find out as we go along here. So we're going to be moving some things around, repainting a lot of the path placeholder, probably moving the river as well, all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, we have lots of room for it, as the area that we would be moving things into is taken up mostly just by where the parking lot is, which we can grow and shrink as we see fit. Anyway, we're just going to keep building over here by where Dominator is. Put in the buildings are over here and keep making our way towards these track rides. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so as you probably noticed, I've been struggling a lot with the terrain elevation here. I guess I didn't really think this terrain stuff through as thoroughly as I should have back in episode 3. It's really wreaking havoc on the way that I need the Zephyr train to go and the river around it. So I have a little bit of a compromise here where the train is going to have some elevation changes in order to meet up with the rest of the park back here. But I think this is going to work out though. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out the further along we get. It's going to be a while before the train is actually correct and complete, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to just connect the ends together here and open it up, even though it's not going to be the correct layout. Just to have a full circuit though would be kind of fun. So I'm going to do that real quick right here. And somewhere back here it's going to have the drop back down in elevation, but that's okay. So yeah, we'll change all this later. For the train itself, Zephyr is a very unique miniature railroad. I don't think I've ever seen another railroad that looks quite like it does. I think it's like a handmade, one-of-a-kind kind of thing. But it looks actually like an RCT monorail more than anything. So that's what we're going to use for our build here, the streamlined monorail trains. And try that out real quick. Alright, there you go. There's Zephyr. Doesn't look exactly like the real thing, but I think this is closest we're going to get in RCT. And honestly, it's not too bad. It kind of does fit the look of Zephyr, I think, at least well enough. Definitely better than a real miniature railroad. It's going to look very visually distinct going around the park. Also, it's going way too fast. I don't know if the default monorail speed's about 20 miles per hour, but that is definitely faster than Zephyr itself goes. So let's see if we can tweak that real quick. I wasn't able to find out how fast the actual thing goes, but I feel like somewhere in the realm of 8 to 10 miles per hour is probably accurate, or close enough to it. So there we go. There is another ride open. So I think for now, I'm gonna keep on moving backwards along the midways here. We've got 2 different branching paths we can go now. We can go this way towards Monster and Possessed, or we can go this way towards Scrambler and Thunderhawk. I think in order to keep with the theming of making sure we can put things where we want them to go, I think I'm going to stick over here by Scrambler and try to see if I can paint things out so we can move them closer to the midway a little bit. So let's try that and see how it goes. Okay, continuing to build some stuff out here. I feel like we're making good progress, I think. I was able to pull the Thunderhawk draft build in here a little bit closer to the midway. I think it's in a pretty good spot. There's a lot of dead space here where the station is supposed to be. I guess I'm gonna have to fill this in with trees. But I feel like Scrambler is in a pretty good spot, and we got Road Rally now built out over here, the car ride. It really sucks that the car is missing so many track pieces. Really would like to have those S-bends and diagonal track on here to make it looking like it's supposed to. Might replace this with a different track type later. So I think things are coming together over here the way that they're supposed to. I think what I'm going to do now is actually finish building out Thunderhawk. Wasn't expecting to actually put this one in today, but I think it would be good to have the entire ride in here, get the turnaround put down. Now that we have Road Rally in here, it would be nice to get the official build of this down. Hopefully we'll have enough room for the turnaround. The drafts of it that I've done previously are always a bit weird as far as the shape and size go. So we're just gonna have to play around with some different ideas and see what we can come up with. Seems like a pretty reasonable build for Thunderhawk. Turnaround still looks a little bit strange, but I did want to make sure that it stretched back far enough over to where Road Rally goes. Comes a little bit close, but maybe that's okay. We can always move Road Rally a little bit later if we need to. Getting Thunderhawk in the right place is, of course, the most important thing. There are a couple weird transitions here and there with some of the banking, like right here. This bit right here looks a little bit strange. So I might go back and reprofile some of this off camera just to clean things up a little bit. Like I said earlier when we built the original draft of this is a weird one to get right. But I think it's a pretty reasonable layout compared to the real thing. We also have the incredibly hard stop on the brakes here at the end that will pretty much break your neck if you're not prepared for it, just like the real thing. So things are starting to come together here. Obviously we're missing a lot of decorations in this area, so I think I'm going to spend the rest of today building out our station and queue area for Thunderhawk and cleaning up a little bit of this green space around it and Scrambler and Road Rally, and just kind of fill in the rest of these gaps over here. So yeah, let's wrap this area up. Alrighty, I think that's going to conclude our build session for today. I think we made a lot of really good progress. There's still a lot of little detailing to do as usual, but the big items we got in here, I think I'm pretty happy with. So Thunderhawk built, the station decorated, still some work to do with some custom supports and footers, but that stuff is really tedious and I'm going to do that off camera. And a couple other mini rides on here, Scrambler down. I'm glad I decided to go with the in-game Scrambler and not shoestring something larger. Same deal with what we did with the carousel and the wave singer up front, like smaller footprint and then fences and decoration around it. Really, it makes it large enough that it fits in here pretty nicely. Making it any bigger, I think, would just look kind of awkward. Road Rally needs some work. I forgot there was a path here between Road Rally and Thunderhawk, so we had to squeeze in the layout a little bit. We're gonna need to move Zephyr because there is definitely some space here between Road Rally and Zephyr that needs to be accounted for. Still need to figure out what to do about the track. Right now it's single rail coaster track because it's got the sprites for the S-bends and diagonals, which we really do need. So I'm gonna see if I can find a way to maybe hack the car ride turns to look better. I don't know, we'll figure something out there. And then a little bit of path proxying to do and some extra fences and things to add. But other than that, pretty happy with this so far. We're going to be doing some more tweaking to Zephyr station and pathing over here. I just had this in here so we have something to have as a placeholder. Not very happy with the station here. Obviously, I didn't really put any effort into it yet. We need to do some more work on detailing it and such and find a better roof structure. But that's going to come for a later episode when we start adding in some rides and detailing over here in this area. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. Again, making some good progress. There isn't really a whole lot left to pencil in for the main park. Obviously, like I said, a lot of detailing left to do. But only 2 coasters over here left to build. Steel Force is going to be interesting. Since we moved Thunderhawk a bit closer, we do have a lot of room to move Steel Force closer to, so this helix over here is going to look like it should a little bit more, I think. But that's going to come in a later episode. That's going to do it for me for today. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.